Hiya, welcome back. Look at this. We're at beautiful St. Abbs today. I've got the ProPel motor in again. This is the second time I've had it out. I had it out last week in Beadnell, but I'm not sure which way around I'm going to put the videos up. So if you saw this one first, it's the second time I was out. Anyway, you know what I mean. Most importantly, we're here to catch fish. So we're going to go right out of the harbour for a change. Normally, I would turn left and go straight along the cliff edge. But there's some lovely ground over there I want to have a look at whilst the tide's right. We're going to stick the fish black minnows on and see if we can grab ourselves a few pollock. I'll see you over there. Right, so here we are. First drift. I'm literally a couple of 100 yards outside of the harbour. I'm in 18 metres of water. It's pretty rough looking down there, which is exactly what I want. It's a little bit windy, but the wind's going against the tide. Not enough to put a lump on, but enough to slow the drift down. So got the pink tribute minnow on. Let's have a go and see how we do, eh? Oh, I'm in straight away. Look at this. I wondered what was happening there. My line was disappearing underneath the boat, and I thought, it's not that deep. But here we go. First fish of the day. What have we got? Have a little look. Well, there you go. That didn't even get to the bottom, that. Before this greedy codling came up and grabbed it. There you go. That's a good start, isn't it? Right. So get you unhooked, pal, and we'll get you away. Look at that. What a cracking start, eh? We'll get this lure back down there, see if we can get another one. He must have been quite high up in the water, that lad. Hard to tell if I'm on the bottom or not with the way the drift's going. Because the tide is racing south and the wind is slowing the drift down, so I'm having trouble holding the bottom. I'm going to stick a heavier lure on, I think. Yeah, in fact, I'm going to do that now. I think I'm going to stick a sidewinder on. I think I've got those in 40 grams, so bear with us. Yeah, I'm letting a lot of line out here to try and get to the bottom. And it's not that deep. I'm kind of fishing sideways onto myself. Right. So, we'll stick a sidewinder on because I've got some of those in 40 gram in here. And I think that's what I need at the moment. That's the one there. So we'll swap these out. On there, actually. There you go. I'll stick a sidewinder on. It's weedless, which it has to be around here. In my humble opinion, anyway. See how we do, eh? Right, I'm going to move because this is not working. I'm gonna go and tuck in to the cliffs. I'm going to go around the corner. I'm going to steam off against the tide and hide around the corner. See if I can get myself away from all of this wind. I fancy if I get out of the wind, I've got a chance of not drifting out to sea quite so fast and holding the bottom a little bit better with my lures. At the moment, I'm not doing too bad. I mean, I'm getting a canny drift here over the rough ground, but I'm still really struggling to keep in touch with my lure. I'm in. Get in. There's a load of mackerel down there. And by the looks of them, they're pretty big as well. What they're pulling over the side of the boats there. So we'll get this up. We'll mess around with the mackerel for a little bit, and then we'll put our sensible heads on and go and try and find some codling again. They're good fun if nothing else, eh? Here we go. The size of these are chunky monkeys, I'll tell you that. Let's get them over here. There we go. Look at that. They're not bad for mackerel, are they? Eh? The size of him. Whee! What an idiot. Right, we'll get him straight back. There you go, pal. And he's off. They don't die if you touch them, by the way. That's a myth. Been proven to be false many years ago. We're in. It's hard to miss them, isn't it? Oh, it's gone underneath the kayak. What an idiot. Oh, he's off. He's escaped. Lucky lad. Oh, his pals took it though. The mackerel are hilarious, aren't they? They're quite funny. We won't do this for too long. Well, we'll do it until I get bored. That's the truth. Oh, you pal. There he is. Oh, not a mackerel. This is a coalie. There you go. So hopefully, if there's coalie around with the mackerel, there might be some codling and pollock underneath them. So we'll pop him back. See you, pal. I'll adjust my camera a little bit there because it's on a bit of an odd angle. I'm not going to feather this down. I'm going to see if I can race it through the mackerel to get underneath them. I mean, I could always stick the Weedless back on if I was that serious about not catching the mackerel, but I'm having a bit of fun, do you know what I mean? Nothing wrong with a bit of mackie bashing. Straight in. You can't move for them. Can't get moved for them. Get you up, pal. We'll get it away. I think I will stick the Weedless on after this one. Or maybe the next one. They're big old mackerel, these, like, I'm telling you. They're not to be laughed at. Look at that. Chunky old monkeys. Look at them, we're covered in mackerel scales now. Look at that fella. Hey! See you, buddy. Oh, some nice looking markings down there. Right, let's give this a shot. Oh, this looks promising. There's a big old arch underneath us. Oh, I'm in. I don't think this is a mackerel. I could be wrong. But this feels alright. When I say alright, I mean it feels like it's not a mackerel. I think it might be a codling. That would be great news, wouldn't it? And it is. It's a codling. Get in. Didn't think we were going to see another one of them today, I'll tell you. Nice to get it, though. Look at that. Little beaut. We'll shove him back. Oh, I'm pleased with that, lad. Right. Let's get down there, see if we can get another one. Oh, I'm in. I don't know what this is. Doesn't feel like a mackerel. That's all I'm worried about, really. As long as it's a codling, I'll be happy. And I think it might be. It's what we were looking for, isn't it? Oh, that would be good, wouldn't it, if they've moved in? Whoa! Oh, and it got off as well. I am not a cool angler, like. Look at the state of me, man. Just a little bit excited there. Pulling it against the tide and it decided to swim towards us and took off over the top of the kayak. There you are. We've caught a flying fish. That's another one to add to the species list today. What an idiot. Oh, I'm in. What have we got here? Get in. I don't know what it is. Feels a bit scatty, so it may be a coalie, or it might be a small codling. We'll get it up and we can only have a look, can't we? There you go. It's a small-ish codling, but we're finding them at last, aren't we? That's good. I'm chuffed about that, you know. There's a couple of nice fish shown on the sounder as well underneath us there. Let's get this out. There you go. Another little codling. Nothing to write home about, but I'm glad to see him today because it's been a tricky one, hasn't it? Let's get down there, get another one. So today is exactly the kind of day when the motor is a godsend. I mean, if I didn't have the motor today, if I was paddling or pedaling, it would be a bit of a nightmare, to be honest with you, because we've got the wind and the tide in the same direction now. We had a really strong wind coming off the land before, which was making it hard to keep the drift online. So all those corrections, I would have been worn out by now. And especially, as I said, with the wind and the tide together, I would have probably headed in now thinking I need to do that to be on the safe side, so I've got enough energy left if this wind picks up any more that I can get around that corner. But as it is, I've got hours left in us. I'm loving it. Oh, I'm in. Just coming over the edge of a big underwater feature there. And I'm in. I wonder what I've got. Feels a bit codling-y, if that's even a word. Let's have a look, eh? It's beautiful out here. Absolutely beautiful. There we go. And it is another codling. Again, not a monster, but also not a mackerel. Let's have a look at him. Whoop! There he is. He's a lively chap. We'll get him back. See you, pal. And he's away, straight underneath the kayak. So it's been quite productive, this, since we've changed our tactics. We've gone onto the heavier metal. We've put the drogue out. And it seems to mean that we're hitting the bottom, keeping the bottom, and managing to pull a few fish in that aren't mackerel. So that's the good news. We've slowed the drift right down as well with that drogue, so it's really working. Oh, I'm in. Oh, I think it's a mackerel though. I think it might be a mackerel by the way it's behaving. No, it might not be. Let's get it up and have a look at it anyway, eh? Oh, get in. I was just thinking there, I've accidentally come into slightly deeper water. I wonder if the mackerel are still hanging around. And they are, is the answer. Little turbos. Jesus. The size of them, man. Right, I don't want to be doing that because... there you are. So that comes off and hits me in the face. It'll certainly hurt. Mate. There we go. The size of it, man. God, they're massive, aren't they? Also, do yourself a favour if you're fishing for mackerel and use a single hook. They're going to hook themselves anyway, but it makes it much easier to get them away. Look at that, man. All right. That's if you're chucking them back, of course. If you're taking them home for your tea, it doesn't really matter. Oh, I'm in. Oh, this feels all right. Get in. Oh, wonder what this is. Oh, this feels like a half decent fish, well, compared to what we've had so far today. Let's get it up and have a look at it anyway. Don't want to get too excited, like, because the tide's running pretty strong. Get in. Oh, codling of the day there. Get up. Oh, no. Right, that's it. We're heading in. It's getting a little bit messy out here. I was lulled into a false sense of security because it's not so bad along there, obviously, because there's a little bit more shelter, but that southeasterly wind is not half kicked up, so we're going to head back into the harbour. It's not been the best day fishing-wise, but we've had some lovely mackerel out, haven't we? Some big old chunky monkeys there. We've had a few codling, and of course we've had a couple of coolies. Do us a favour, would you? And subscribe to the channel. I know I bang on about it, but it really does make a big difference to that old YouTube algorithm, you know. How many different people YouTube chooses to show you videos to. Whew. It's getting a little bit saucy, I'll tell you that. But another thing that helps is a thumbs up, so if you want to do that, I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to ask us a question, if you want to suggest a venue, or maybe just say hello, do that in the comments down below, because I always reply. And don't forget, we've still got our discount at Galaxy Kayaks UK. That's OTD10 for 10% off everything. I'll see you over there. Well, we made it. Never in doubt, eh?